Yesterday, I was meeting with this really cool company. It's an amazing brand. Would really like to work with them. The prospective client and I had this moment that happened at the same time, and it made me think about the way I reframed, the fractional CMO role. So, for everybody that follows my content, I'm a fractional CMO. I come into companies fractionally as a smaller amount of time than a full-time CMO. I bring in all my experience, all my playbooks, all my systems, automation, and help companies scale up without having to invest in a single person on a full-time salary. So there's lots of benefits to that. And as usual, this customer was hesitant. The way that we connected was somebody mentioned to me that this brand was looking for a full-time CMO. So we reached out to the customer and said, hey, we have a little twist on what you're looking for, because your job description is kind of looking for an absolute hero. You're in a secondary market and it's tough to find this person at the level that you're looking for, like a real A player. So we were able to get a meeting and do a presentation yesterday, and the presentation went really well. But as usual, I could see the hesitation of like bringing in an outsider fractionally to do this work. Yes, the cost will be lower, but the results are what's most important to the customer. And they've already budgeted around $200,000 for an annual salary and full compensation package for this person. So they're ready to make a hire and go find somebody, but they've been struggling for a few months to find the right fit. So what happened in the meeting is I could tell that they were uncomfortable, and I did the usual thing that I do, walking them through how bringing in a fractional CMO does not mean that results will dip. But I said to them, what if the person that you find full-time and myself are of the exact same skill and experience and can deliver the exact same advice, playbooks, structures, systems, automations to help you hit your goals? What if we're exactly the same, but by bringing in me, you get much better results? And the customer's like, I don't understand. You're going to have to unpack that, because obviously we would go with you, but that doesn't make any sense. You're exactly the same. And now, because you're fractional, maybe I can't walk down the office hallway and just pop in on my CMO anytime I feel like chatting with them about something. If they work full-time for me, you won't be available all the time to do that with. So like, that's a lesser. I said, but we're talking about results here. So if we're the same person, but you've budgeted 200,000, and I come in and I charge you 100,000 for my fractional services, and you get all the same advice, all the same experience, all the same systems, playbooks, and automations. You now have $100,000 surplus in your marketing budget to spend on content creation, cold outreach, warm outreach, paid advertising. Now you have such an advantage from a marketing spend perspective that you won't have if you spend $200,000 on a package for a full-time CMO. And you could just see the light bulb moment happened with this customer, and they're like, wow, okay, I get it. I now get why bringing a fractional CMO is so important. And for this customer or prospect, one of the things that was unique is they had already budgeted for the year, the 200,000. So they were prepared to spend it. Now we get to allocate it differently. We can allocate it half to a CMO, bringing them in fractionally, and the other half can be directly related to buying customers. So it's like an investor coming into your business and saying, hey, I'm going to be value add based on my experience, and I'm going to give you $100,000 to go buy customers. Like, that's such a great investor. That's such a great partner. And that's another layer of why bringing in a fractional CMO just makes so much sense in today's market. So hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully you can look at the way that you're structuring your marketing team differently. But for this particular customer and all future prospects that I talk to, this will definitely be part of the conversation.